All right. Welcome, everybody. Stonefruit Roll-Up every Thursday, live, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 5 p.m. GMT every Thursday on YouTube and also on LinkedIn. Today we're going totally impromptu. We had some programming and scheduling around positioning, and when you're a mother of five and one kid gets sick, everybody gets sick. So we've pushed those shows off until January, and we hope Kathleen feels so much better and doesn't feel the pressure of all the things domestically, because we're going to roll with an impromptu show today. The Stonefruit Roll-Up is the show that you're watching, about building the show that you're watching right now. However, we are evolving. We're moving into the new year. Our show is going to just kind of lean in more to the deliciousness and absurdity of going live and making this our community space and our play space. Paul will not want to hear that we're going really hard into the variety show, but think kind of more outrageously fun and absurdist. If you have an idea for a show and you want to come on the Stonefruit Roll-Up, I encourage you to do so. Think cable access television. Think kind of business reality show. Think shows within shows. Think quirky. What can we do with the digital media space if we had an hour every week to do whatever we want? And since we're all creative people, we're going to lean into that, babies. We're going to lead into it. There's so much marketing and noise out there in the world that hi, Tony. There's so much marketing and noise out there in the world. Like, why try and swim kind of like with and amongst all of it and not just have a great and delicious time? We're brand people, we're marketers, we're writers, we're videographers, we're podcast producers, we're audio engineers, we're artists, we're all the things. Why not have fun? So Stonefruit Roll-Up is about to be a lot less baby deer legs and a lot more having a great time within the hour every Thursday. Welcome, as Chili would say. I'm doing a solo show today. I haven't done one of these. Maybe I've done like 2 or 3 of these in my lifetime. I think when you're just kind of starting out as a content creator, it's very easy to lean in on having guests and other people. And that was exactly the plan for today, but the universe conspired to give me a little more practice as a solo show. So I have done the work that Tony will want me to do, which is create talking points and a structure for what we're going to do today. Really, it's about RG's hot takes. All across the board, everywhere you're looking, whether it's a newsletter in your inbox or a podcast in your ears when you're working from the best bed desk, as we call it, or a blog post or just general conversation, everyone is talking about kind of the end of 2023, new year, new you, what's in store for 2024, goals, etc. And while I'm not going to pontificate upon goal setting and all of that jazz, I've encountered a ton of stuff around goals and kind of new reality and reinvention just in my work with clients over the last couple of months. And so I thought this would be a good chance to share all of them with you. So let's get into it. We're going to talk about a creative state versus a reactive state. I have a very cool goal setting whilst in creative mode worksheet that I did for Jen Thornton at 304 Coaching, and I've got a downloadable link for that. So we can also play at home with some goal setting in creative mode. I want to touch a little bit upon this moment I had coaching in one-on-one sessions with my business coach, Gill, who told me I just needed to make a decision to be successful. And while we're both kind of like anti-manifesting movement, this was kind of a manifesting thing to say. So I want to talk about that a little bit. I also am jazzing excited about a project that I've been collaborating upon with Ross Brand, my co-host, well, actually the leader of the Stream Leader Report live panel show, which happens at Ross's YouTube channel at Ross Brand. And also I simultaneously broadcast when I've got the spoons to be able to set up the infrastructure. And I'm going to do that today at 1:30 on the Stream Leader Report. Ross is just about to launch the 4th volume or edition of his book, 100 Predictions for Live Streaming and Digital Media. And I put forth a prediction, which I'm totally jazzed about, and also had a chance to collaborate with my other co-hosts at the Stream Leader Report to put forth a forward for the book. So I've got a little insider information about what some of 100 of the industry's hottest content creators from all over the globe and any kind of intersection are thinking about the future of live streaming and digital media. So I want to share a little bit about that with you. And then also I've got a flash deal on sale. If you are embracing New Year, New You, and you want a LinkedIn profile makeover. I'll end with a few shout outs for Stone Fruit people because, you know, we're here. So why not? And as Ross would say, let's do a show. And as I would say, let's do a solo show. Woot woot. Okay. Let's start with the goals in creative state because it's kind of like a bigger conversation. And again, this is my first time really solo showing in a long time, so I'm not sure how this will go, but I appreciate anybody who's here today and kind of joining along in the comments. And also just shout out that Saturn, our intergalactic intern, is back with us, and this kid is working from school today. We are excited to present that Saturn will be doing a takeover over the holidays, so let's get that. Oops, stop sharing. I meant to share this tab instead. So sorry, you guys. Let's get a big old refresh on this media. Saturn is doing a show on the 28th at 12 noon. And as soon as I can get back to that file, I'll show our little picture. But Saturn, I've got a banner kind of set up for your show, so maybe we can push that forward. All right. In my work with clients, like, first of all, I'll just have to say, I always feel like I kind of won the universe lottery, and however the business translates or kind of plays out through the course of the year. Because what I get when I work with these like thought leaders and industry, innovators and people who are super, super smart, usually around the disruptive, kind of doing it differently than we've done it before, I get to learn a ton about their level of expertise. So it's kind of like a street MBA. And the most fascinating thing I've learned in 2023 by far comes from this adult development model that my client, Jennifer Thornton, 304 Coaching, is really getting into this year. Jen's been certified in the training program of it. It's called Leadership 360 or the Leadership Circle. And what it does is really show a kind of like a full spectrum of adult human development and where the brain kind of evolves, if you even think about it in a linear fashion, but where it kind of evolves over time as we become more and more adults. There is a state of being in which 70% of all kind of like work of all adults live in, and that is a reactive state. And that really means that the world is happening around you and you can only react to it. It's a problematic state because there comes with some toxic traits or some bad behaviors we may have learned over time or kind of like inherited through generational trauma that's around kind of reactivity and protection and the things that keep us from being like very, very open, keep us in fear mode. That fear mode, if you've been in it, and I've been in it a lot lately in my life, keeps you from moving in any kind of creative direction. So when you kind of get stuck in reactive mode, that's when life kind of feels hard, extra hard, like you're crawling through the glass. Eventually, if you put enough self-awareness into it and do the work, as they say, you can evolve and train yourself to be in a much more creative state of being, which is the world is happening around me and I can't control that, but I can control how I react to it. So, when something kind of comes down the pike like the global pandemic and, fear mode sets in and you're reacting to all of the, unfolding timeline around you, that can feel very, very uncomfortable. You can get into a creative creative state, while you won't not be shocked to the core by a global pandemic, you can control how you react to it in a way that feels a lot less friction-based and stressful. And so I love this idea of a creative mode, and we worked on a worksheet together that is goal setting while in creative mode. So I'm going to share that over here. Sorry, everybody. Goal setting creative mode. Yes. Okay, sorry. While I share and present my screen. Those are my settings, everybody. Those are my settings. That's not what we're looking for. It's also not what we're looking for. If you've ever or currently thinking about doing a live show, part of the ish that you got to struggle with is like the mechanics of it all when you're really on your own. But through the beauty of YouTube, we'll be able to kind of fast forward through that stuff and see it. Saturn, can you confirm that we are seeing a goal setting in creative mode worksheet? Okay. Let's hope so. Let's hope that's what we're looking at, you guys. Yep, I think we are looking at that. Awesome. So this is a really cool worksheet that allows you to just really kind of reset, just an exercise for your brain in which you're setting your values, you're kind of smashing limiting beliefs, you're future casting your impact, and recalibrating as you move into a creative mode. So I think this is a very fun, we're calling it a PDF power builder that you can use to just really think about getting out of reactive mode and into a creative state. So I've got this link here in the comments, Saturn, I hope. And we can share this worksheet. So this one has been very cool. So if you're thinking about new year, new you, and you want to get out of reactive mode and embrace creative mode, the world is changing so fast. There's literally nothing we can do about it other than just be ourselves. This is an awesome worksheet to just kind of reinvigorate your imagination around it. Okay. I also want to share a story about a business coaching session that I had with Gill, my business coach, Jill Mokes. We're going to show her website here as well because she has a vision and goals worksheet that is super helpful. I got a ton of work. If you watched the Rewilding Stone Fruit special series with Jill, you saw that we actually worked through this vision and goal setting workbook bundle together in real time. And you got to see mommy flailing around and trying to figure it all out. It was very, very powerful work. So if you have a chance and you really, really want to embrace kind of getting super serious about your goal setting, I suggest you, I wasn't sharing the right thing. I suggest you, you share the 7 step. God, I'm sorry, you guys. I got it all set up, but I'm way, way behind the times. Okay. I suggest you check out Jill's website at jillmokes.com. That's GILLMOAKES.com. There it is. Yay. And check out her goal setting workbook because it's super, super helpful to just put this stuff on pen to paper. Another kind of thing that's swimming around the zeitgeist of goal setting is defining success for yourself. I really tapped into that idea talking to Kylie Peters of Rain 9, who has an accelerator mastermind program coming out in January, which I'm going to be a part of, and I'm super excited about that. Just really defining the idea of success for yourself. I had really been defining the idea of success is that I could make it, that I could pay my rent, that I could keep a car in the driveway, that my kid could go to school where they want to go to school. And that was my definition of success. Could I survive? And then I realized that I had done it. I, created this very survivable business, but that's really all that I was doing is surviving. And if you've been in survival mode, that sucks. It's as sucky as reactive mode. And Jill gave me this really beautiful piece of advice, which is if you want to be successful, make a decision. Just decide that that's what you are. And while that's like kind of in the crunchy granola woo-woo territory of just manifest it, it's really about a mindset of like, oh, okay, I'm at this. My definition of success will not just be surviving and kind of barely making it gas tank to gas tank and grocery visit to groceries visit, but to really be continue being doing the work that makes me feel amazing and like a really contributive partner and part of the business community, and still not be laying awake at night like in total fear mode or in reactive mode about kind of what the next day will bring for the business. And so I'm making that decision. I've decided, all right, I'm successful now, so follow along with me and with Jill. I just thought that was a really interesting piece of advice and it resonated with me. Not reactive, not survivalist, but creative and in the flow. The 304 creative mode power PDF power builder and Jill's power vision and goals workbook are tools that will help you get there. Okay, this is very exciting. Moving right along in our solo show, we've done a lot of talk about new year, new you, goal setting, kind of what's in the future. And that brings me to this very exciting announcement about, well, not announcement, this very exciting project that I'm working on with Ross Brand. Ross has been live streaming and, basically in front of a mic and an audience since 1996. And I would say he is my live streaming hero beyond the pale. I had a chance to work with Ross at 100 TV. He inspired me and Janine to put forth Business and the Raw, which was originally a weekly 58-minute live show that journaled and chronicled the brand venture of one ambitious entrepreneur who is rewriting kind of the next chapter of her life. And we're still doing that show. We're just not doing it, kind of relentlessly week after week. Janine and I, let's see if I got a little picture. I have been occasionally going live, which is pretty cool, with content that like lends itself well to going live. You can kind of look for the episode art that says live on it. We'll stop sharing this. I'm not doing a very good job at the sharing. All right. You can look to some episodes happening for Business on the Raw that are going live when they make a lot of sense. Like, how do you write content for a website? How do you take a home recording studio and get it ready for a commercial? How do you get the pictures you need to promote yourself online, your digital footprint? And that's very, very cool. And also I'm working with Ross in the Stream Leader Report, as I mentioned earlier, and he asked the Stream Leader Report panel, would we please write the foreword for volume 4 of his book, 100 Predictions for Live Streaming and Digital Media, which is a bestseller and an award-winning collection. I've never had a chance to, or never really had something to say, to be honest with you, to contribute a prediction. This year I did. And also this year I took the lead on writing the foreword, which was super cool, in collaboration with my co-hosts, Rob Greenlee, Claudia Santiago. We got together and did a lot of work kind of structuring what we wanted to say. And so I'm here to give you a little sneak behind the peaks. There are a couple really interesting predictions that have come up, and I haven't had a chance to read, not a chance, I will read all of them, but they're all kind of like in the vault right now. But what I know from a top level are some interesting things. One is that small events, like very small and intimate events, are kind of forefront of thematically is what's going to be on trend for live streaming and digital media. And I think that's such a powerful conversation about just this medium alone of kind of giving up the ghost of chasing likes and subscribers and the algorithm and subscriptions and when will this be monetizable, and just kind of see this platform as more, if they're just two of us in the comments, it's about us, baby. It's about who we are and what we're doing, and just encouraging folks to come back and participate in the experience of either live streaming or putting forth a podcast or a YouTube show or whatever your content is. Thinking about small events rather than can we go viral, kind of like the antiviral movement in a way, which is really, really interesting. Also, micro content, and I don't necessarily just mean reels, but think like micro learning. So much smaller scale versus chasing tons and tons of eyeballs, which I think is interesting. And of course, this thing is saturated with predictions about AI. So if you're really got your own AI, as it were, on the pulse of what's happening with those technological advancements, you'll definitely want to clock into this book. It is 100 contributions from people in Ross's real life and network who, this is a small connected community. He has his network is everything. So really interesting people are putting forth their ideas for their vision and their perspective in 100 predictions. And that is going to be super, super cool. Okay. So, as I kind of promised at the top of the show, if you are in a mood to reinvent yourself and LinkedIn has been on your mind as being a top platform for making a name for yourself, publishing digitally, being a kind of powerhouse on this platform, then I encourage you to check out our flash sale every year. Okay. And by every year, like I just invented it. This is me now. I just made a decision. Every year, because it was super successful last year, I put LinkedIn profile makeovers on flash sale, which means discounting the heck out of it, cutting the price off the top, and creating an offer that lasts all month long. If you want to grab a year-end expense and just knock it off, kind of like knock out that last minute opportunity at grabbing an expense towards investing in up-leveling your LinkedIn profile, now's a great time to get them. Are on sale all throughout the month of December. If you've had one done by me before and now you just want to do a polish or an upgrade, it's been a year, I've got a special price on that too. So I encourage you to go to stonefruit.com/flash. It is a capital F because Kajabi is cranky, and check out the flash sale in which your LinkedIn profile can get the makeover its dreams, darling. For a reasonable price. It's intimate work. It's close work. We get together for about 4 or 5 sessions, and we explore your career journey and your zones of genius, and we bring it all to life on LinkedIn. There are plenty of examples on this little page, and you can see for yourself what one would look like. This is a great time to do it. Okay, so essentially that kind of takes me to the end of my hot takes. I do have some things to share with us for sure. Just shout outs to Stonefruit families, since we're doing small intimate events and the beauty is in the comments. I think it would be fun to note that share this time instead. I don't even know what it is. Let's look at a picture. Yeah, Johnny and Janine got together last month and really spent some time stacking the tech stack and getting Janine's home recording studio, which was at a great quality, just really ready for kind of prime time. I like to call it like, okay, you make a great cookie, but now can you sell them on Etsy? What else is new and fun and exciting, you guys? Oh, this is super fun. 2 weeks ago, I took some time I took a full week off of Stonefruit and all the things and hosted a family cooking class in support of Saturn School and their fall internship. We had 3 students who got to pick family meal menus based on what they wanted to learn how to cook. We learned how to read a cookbook. We learned how to shop for ingredients. We learned all the different kinds of salt. Here is Saturn. I hope. Here is Saturn looking at a cookbook. Nope, not sharing that at all anymore. Okay, let's try that one more time. Let's see if this is it. Okay, yep, here we are with the studio, and now let's share this tab instead. I think we did it. Yeah, Saturn, there you are with your joy of cooking. I hope you had a really good time. Would you like to come on with your voice a little bit and talk about what the cooking class was like? We'll take that as a no. We'll take that as a yes. Yes.
I can't for very long because I am actually in school and the doorman has the room open. Well, okay. The room I'm in has the door open, but I can be here for a second.
Okay, just give us your hot take.
It was a fun, very brief class. Two of the other students who weren't there are here with me, in this building. They both found it very fun. All of us enjoyed getting tons of photos and hanging out and just eating and being friends. It was intimate, and it was a small little get together.
Small groups are the theme for 2024. That's
Yeah.
100 predictions letting us know. Thanks for
My
jumping.
looks so bad in that mission.
Well, you look fabulous now. I don't have a
Yeah.
picture queued up, but you look fabulous now.
I can.
Okay, Julie. This one.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
let's promote your roll-up in 2 weeks.
Hey.
Saturn will be doing it. Yes.
Hey.
In 2 weeks, Saturn will be doing an intergalactic takeover. AI and me, the Gen Z POV. Saturn said something so interesting to me a few months ago when I suggested sourcing some graphics or some images, illustrations from AI. And Saturn said, I'm not going to feed the monster. So I think that topic is fascinating. And I've asked Saturn to come on the roll-up and be a part of that on.
We're going to talk about why you shouldn't use it to pass your schoolwork and why I don't think it's going to surpass all of us and take our jobs.
It took our jobs.
I don't think it's going to happen in the near future.
You don't?
No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I know anything about human beings, we're awfully creative. Yeah. So we're gonna figure it out. All right, there we go. I was looking for this image earlier, and also just everyone, we're deep filming season 2 of Business in the Raw. Every once in a while, you can catch a session.
Oh my god.
A session with me and Janine. Sometimes you can catch.
I'm to see her.
Yeah. Very sweet. Very sweet. Okay. And so, oh, yeah, I'm not done yet. I am not done yet.
I can't leave yet. I can't get stuck.
Oh, I'm almost there.
Okay,
I just wanted to give a brief shout out. If I can get this to reload.
To me for working in the school day.
Yeah, for you for working for the school day. This is like a really top secret sneak peek that I've been working with my client Carrie and her company CE Design and Execution on a really cool formal thought leadership article designed by Jody Wissing, who's also a friend of the show, in which Carrie kind of outlines her experience on a cruise and how that relates to orchestrating the customer journey for large corporations. This was so fun. I love writing a big piece like this. So that's a fun little shout out. And maybe we can get Paul to come back up. Nope. Paul King releases. Yeah, sorry. Paul King released his new website this week, which is very exciting. Oh, we can share Michelle's. That's exciting. Share this tab instead. I did all the copywriting, brand positioning, and a lot of fun stuff on Paul's website. We'll show that next week. I showed it in an earlier episode of Business of the Raw. Michelle just went through a rebrand with hers, Unleashed Financial Advocates. This graphic design was done by Calvin Crane Nelson. The third, CCN3, CCNIII.com. And we did all this beautiful copy, and Michelle got to launch her website after lots and lots of work. And if you're thinking about a rebrand and you're just exhausted by all of it, it's your right to do so, but there is much to celebrate when you actually do the thing.
Lots and lots of dogs, that's for sure.
Well, it's Unleashed, darling. That's the brand. You're untethered by your by the tedium of managing your
Actually, that's a lie, because I'm tethered by this yarn.
And you're tethered by that yawn. All right. So Saturn Day, we did our shout outs. We promoted the LinkedIn Flash Style special. We showed some work that we've been working on. We shared some resources with a worksheet. We shared our insights about creative versus reactive mode. We shared our life lesson from Jilly to decide to be successful. Are you going to decide to be successful, Saturn, today?
Yeah, I'm doing a bunch of work. You know what we could talk about?
What's that?
We could talk about how we went through, how we go through all this scheduling we have to do just in life. If you're down to get personal.
Do you mean right now? Or in the next week?
I mean, like, just talking about how we figure it all out. Especially with, like, me moving between.
Yeah, what it's like to kind of construct the infrastructure for a live show. We could certainly talk about that forever. How do you like being intern on the show, though?
I like it.
I like it.
I'm doing all right. I'm currently actively working, and my mic is on, and I'm on a live show. Thanks. Sorry.
Saturn, that's what mute's for.
Oh, sorry. I didn't walk in like that.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll let you end it. It's December 14th. It's 12:30. We did a solo show, baby. This was look, it was clunky with the technology, and I had a lot to show you, and I got to kind of cut my eyes to the screen to see it. So it's not, the.
Go deal with the dog.
Yeah, and I had to put the dog outside because he was cray-cray. But I appreciate anybody who's come by today. Tony, we saw you in the comments. Thank you for being here. And anyone else who's come by or watching us on the replay. This is what happens, baby, when you got to do a solo show on the fly. You figure it out and you do it. And now I got some practice. I know where I need work, and I know where actually I did better than I thought I did. Okay. As Tony would say, smash that like and subscribe button. You have been watching a small truncated edition of
the one who started that.
Saturn, you're live, dude.
I'm sorry.
Okay, thanks. You have been watching the Stone Fruit Roll-Up. We are live every Thursday at 12 p.m. That's high noon Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. GMT. That's where it is for Jilly and Becky and folks in Maryland, England. I thank you for being a part of what we did today. I hope to see folks in the comments. Let me know what you think about a solo show, and we can't wait to bring you along for our amped up versions of the Stone Fruit Roll-Up launching next year, in which we're doubling down on the shenanigans.